Mm. Hey, hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. Um, yeah, it's just going to be a quick one today. I'm not feeling too great. The weather's drawing in. Hey Prairie, how you doing? I hope you're well. Yeah, like I said, the weather's drawing in. The nights are getting darker, and it affects my SAD. So yeah, it's not been a great week actually, but these things happen. So, but I hope you're well there, Prairie. So, what's been happening? I hope you've all been well out there. I've been trying to do keep off places at the moment. I'm sort of not feeling it, but it is what it is. Um, I've been trying to push out shorts, but I feel like I don't know. YouTube hasn't been, it's not been greatly received out there. I don't know why. So maybe I have to change up a little bit. So I have to see. That's very good to hear there, Prairie. Good to hear. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to maybe change it up a little. I'm gonna speak to the person who does my shorts for me and see what he says. So I'll leave it. I've got a couple more I'm gonna publish out there and see what's happening. Anyways, sometimes I don't have a clue what to say on here. It's pretty difficult. I like having people on here too. Um, like I said, I hope you're all well out there. Uh, how's the weather doing where you've been? Because over here we've just went from nice heat to it being like 3 or 4 in the night, which is damn, which is pretty cold. So I've got some new projects coming out there. Yes, it has been. It really has. Especially here, it's just turned suddenly, just went all black, and just went. It's really weird because when you get the summer, you get the long nights, and you think that's pretty cool. Then it just suddenly disappears, and you get black. I think our summer ended when we had storms. We had a couple about three or last week we've had big storms, not as big as other people have, but big enough for us, and it created this thing. So that was end of our summer, and now we're in autumn now. Hooray for autumn! So have anybody been keeping up in the with the news, hearing what Russia's been saying? They're saying now if we sanction long range weapons to Ukraine, they're going to reply in force to us. Yeah, I like it when it does that, Prairie. It's I like it when the thing when that happens. That's pretty cool. And hey, Dagmar, how you doing, my babe? I hope you're well. Hope you're well out there. And you just fully relaxed from your holiday now, Dagmar, and back into the swing of it. Yeah. So as I was saying, Russia is now threatening war with Britain again. Well, Prairie, they when they started the attack, didn't they? You got to remember, if it was about their the area that they wanted to do, they would have been totally different. Hey, Mr. B, well, thank you very much. And I hope you're well there too, Mr. B. Well, you got to remember, Russia went fully into the invasion of Ukraine, didn't they? They went straight into they were near Kiev, and if it wasn't for Allied intervention, yeah, but so is Russia too. Yeah, Russia. We've got to remember how Putin remained in power. How he done it was corrupt as well. You got to remember when Putin was in power, he suddenly dropped off power. Then he became the prime minister. Now he's back as our president. It's good to hear, Mr. B. Good to hear. I'm glad about that. You're finally on your feet again, mate. So that's pretty cool. And if it wasn't for West intervention into Ukraine would have been overrun by Russia right now. But it's a proxy war, isn't it? Meaning it's the same type of. If you have a look at all the wars during the Cold War, it was Western weapons against Soviet weapons. Before the Cold War, now it's Western weapons against Russian weapons. So, hey, Angel, hope you're well there, mate. I will drop the link off in a minute there if anybody wants to come up. That is very true, there, Dagmar. There's nothing like being back at home sometime. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, there you go. There's the link is dropped if anybody wants to come up. But I don't know what. I will say, if things carry on the way they're going, we're now heading towards a new war. I think we're going to it's the Cold War, we've got a new Cold War, or we're going to head to an actual physical war. We've got wars happening in the Middle East, in Europe. We've got problems in South America. And of course, in Asia, there's always going to be problems with China and Taiwan, North Korea and South Korea, with Japan will probably face the brunt of that of those two. So, you know, it is what it is. Should the West intervened into Ukraine? I think it is. We should have done it. Do I think they should use long range weapons now? Well, no. It is no, but it is Dagmar. This is scary days, but people who have lived through this before know what it's all about. And hello, Nightwolf. I hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well there. Um, no, I totally agree. The long range weapons, if we should be giving them defensive weapons, not long range. Ours is not. Our job is not to instigate an attack, but it's instigate to a form of defense. The quicker this war ends, the better for world stability. But we may have been stabilized a bit too much now. We have to rely on cool heads on cool shoulders instead of hot heads on hot shoulders. Is Trump going to be the savior or is Harris going to be the savior? I don't think any of them will be. I think America, in political terms, is in between a turd sandwich and a shit sandwich. Basically, you've got two people you don't know what the bloody hell they're going to do. That's what I think. Um, I know people like Trump. I can understand that, but he is not. I don't think he'd be the best option. Do I think Harris would be the best option? No, I don't neither. It's a bit like Britain. You had Labour. You had Labour in the last election. You had Labour versus the Conservatives, and yeah, it's the same sandwich. Yeah, it's like that anywhere now. You know, just a quick one to title for your biography. Well, yeah, yeah, that it could be mine too, mate. It could be my member. It's not all for her pleasure. You just have to remember that. And I hope you're well there, mate. I haven't seen you about, but I hope you're really well. Hope you're good, mate. So yeah, so if anybody wants to come up, I did put the link up. If anybody wants to come up and have a chat about this, please do. I would like some more, maybe more somebody with a bit more thing about the North American system. There you go. So if anybody wants to come up there, they can. Oh, nice. Sorry about my computer again being poor. I'm going to run my computer down to the ground. So, what do you think in the chat? What do you think should happen if you're in charge? What would you do? Would you give support to Ukraine military for defensive war, or would you categorize all weapons to be used that is long range against Putin, or would you see this turn in more drastic? Or do you just prefer the internet drama on YouTube? Because we see that a lot too, don't we? Now we've seen that. Do you know what? I think we've seen that a lot more when BB was around. Definitely not give Putin exactly. We shouldn't bow down to people. We should not, because they're Russia. It doesn't mean they've got the right to bully people neither. I totally agree in that one, Dagmar. Exactly. What does he want after Ukraine? Does he want the old Soviet Union back? Because you got to remember he's an old KGB officer. He was in East Germany, if I remember right. So does he want the old Soviet Union back under the Russian Federation? The US seems to be involved in another one war or the other for some reason or another. Let's say that and work it out themselves. Yes, but again, Putin has invaded and destabilized, tried to destabilize a country that was just after about come about after about a stabilization. So, hmm, I think he said that before he wants the old Soviet Union back. Yeah. Let's help the poor homeless veterans here. Yep, but Angel, that's always been a problem. Name a country that has always looked after their veterans, and I will call you a liar. Veterans are people. It's a shameful thing to say, but once you're out of the army or out of any armed forces, they don't care about you anymore. It shouldn't be the way. You've given life to the service of your country, but they just don't care. A lot in Europe, definitely a lot in Europe. You're talking about most of Eastern Europe would be in Russian hands if you wanted the old Union back. So, Prairie, what's been happening in Canada then? So, what's the problems? I haven't heard much from Canada. So, what's the problems over there? How would you solve this? Is Justin Trudeau doing his job properly? That'd be laughing. Stop funding Ukraine. But if we stop funding Ukraine, that means Russia would win. That means Putin would win there. We don't need Putin to win. We don't need Ukraine going into Russian territory neither, but we certainly don't want Putin to win this. It would destabilize a lot of Eastern Europe. Countries will build once if Putin took over Ukraine, took over Kiev, there'd be a massive arms on the border countries of Ukraine. This is what we don't want. We don't want this destabilization there. We also don't want Ukraine going in and attacking Russia. That would destabilize this conflict, and I could spread this conflict. Um, Actually, I haven't seen the new Russian howitzer. It seems to outclass the older weapons, but I have seen. I think this is Swedish Archer. The Swedish Archer has SPA, which is a damn nifty weapon. I think Britain's got buying some of them, or they've got some of them on trial, or they may have brought some. I'm not too sure, but the Archer vehicle and the French howitzer are pretty amazing, as well as the US Paladin and the shells they got. They programmable shells. I mean, it's unthinkable. Like 10 or 15 years ago, we didn't have these. Now we've got shells that can be programmed. Amazing. So, any more thoughts on this? Was it right for Ukraine to have F-16s given to them? Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, I've heard that too, Dagmar. A lot of people have been. Yeah, a lot of people have just voluntarily jumped out of windows, and people have been poisoned. So, his road to power is a bit murky, isn't it? So, you know what? When I do these lives, I always think what to say. I think I can talk about this something would be really cool. Then I don't. Then it just disappears, and I can't think of anything to say. I maybe not be the best orator. Uh, I'm getting stuck now. Anyway, it's just sometimes it's very hard to actually go and do a live. Just sit down in front of a screen when you're out walking and talking. And you went out doing like when you go out in a location, you can just pick out little things. You can pick out buildings, you can pick out people, you can pick out shops and stuff and that. Yeah, and you get just stuck in what to say, and it's actually really hard to talk to an empty screen. Hey Jake, hey Liz, how you doing? Yeah, like I said, it's very hard to talk to an empty screen there, and to have nobody here beside you, and you think, damn, what do I need to say? How do I say it? Can I talk about this? Can I talk about that? Then you've got, yeah, yes. And when you have to think in advance, and you actually want to think, you're thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk about that, or should I talk about? I don't know. Okay, see, that's what Perry said. I'm saying that all the problems in our country, the people want the money to go homeless and healthcare against more. Hmm. Well, that could be very true, Prairie. I mean, it's like that for most countries, isn't it now? Um, but, hey, Grumpy, but you got to remember, money is the way they allocate money in governments is different to how we think it's allocated. You know, they have set monies for this. They have put monies away into things, and it's just weird how they do it. I mean, I'm not a financial. I'm not into. I don't do finances. I'm no good with numbers. But you know, the way they do the finances there is different to how we would do our finances. But oh god, there we go again. But I'm like Sir Mix a lot. At the end of the day, if we're talking about Ukraine, that if Ukraine falls, it would frighten a lot of smaller countries. It would make this Russian war machine bigger. It would make problems bigger. We don't need Ukraine to fall. We also don't need Russia to fall. We don't need to go in and change the leadership. So I'll stop for a minute. Hey, Miss Boo, I hope you're well. Thank you for coming here, my babe. Hope you hope you're well there. We don't need Putin to be thrown out. We would like it, but we don't need it. We don't need Russian destabilization. We don't need Ukraine stabilization. And that is very true. If Ukraine falls, it would be World War III. It would create a build-up of arms along all the borders of all the countries bordering Ukraine. You're talking about, and also that would bring more build-up of arms on Belarus. Also, it'd bring more arms from North Korea and from Iran. These are destabilizing factors. This is what would happen. I'm sure of this without a doubt. Also, China may take advantage of the situation, so it could come in like that. So yeah. So hey Hebrew, I hope you're well. Good seeing you here, mate. Good seeing you. Yeah, so it'd bring all these different factors. It is scary times where I head into uncertain worlds. Uncertain worlds. We're heading to an uncertain world. We literally are. In the next I'd say in the next 5 years, we're gonna see a war, a big war, not like two nations together. We're gonna see multiple nations fighting, and that's what we don't want. So yeah, right. I'm gonna put the link in again. Always put the link in. When he wants to come up. And anti-hero lie. Who is lying? Yeah, Miss Boo, we've had like storms here last week, and now with temperatures dropped to 3 or 4 down here. Very unheard of for the south. Very unheard of. So if somebody's going to put lie, at least say what the lie is. That's the thing, Dagmar. That is the thing. You have people say they're from working class, and hold on. Hey, just Sue, how you doing? Okay, let me get this up. Anyone can online can come and say anything, but what's the authenticity of the claim? I said I believe we'll be heading towards a war in the next 5 years for multiple nations. You have not said what the lie was. At least say what the lie is. Maybe anti-hero is Putin. I don't think Putin's really going to care what somebody in the south of England is going to say, but that would be funny. I'm just saying, what is the lie there, anti-hero? We'll wait with bated breath. Ah, he's in the drama community having a good time. Ah, okay, yeah. Putin comes in. He comes in there and he goes, "Well, I just need a wee break. I'll just type in. I'd be part of all this." Yeah, I can see him doing it now. Oh God, that would be so funny, wouldn't it? So, has anybody got anything more to say about this? I mean, anti-heroes just said lie, and he just said words, and has not came back with anything else. Maybe anti-hero is Putin. Maybe he's Justin Trudeau. Maybe he's Trump or one of the other people. Look, we are heading to uncertain times. We can have a laugh and joke, but we are definitely heading to uncertain times. We are closer to the atomic clock. If you're a follower believer of the atomic clock, we're closer to the atomic clock with it's striking 12 than there ever has been before. So, okay, Liz, China has got an immense military. It really has got a massive military there. You should never underestimate China. They've got stealth technology, they've got nuclear technology. And Miss Antihero, and which bit would I be lying? Because I said, I believe. Now, you can say, all right, that is not a lie. That is a belief. A lie is saying, oh, yeah, definitely be a war. Definitely be, yeah, I'm like the Queen of England or the King of England, and that would be a lie. A belief is not a lie. A belief is that I believe that it could happen. And oh, you're very true. It cannot be. It also may not happen. It is my belief, so it is not a lie. Maybe biblical scholars believe that China will play. Oh, I don't take much notice what biblical scholars say because it's all about a matter of faith when it comes to the Bible. So hmm, it's very hard to say. And Einstein said the if there ever was a nuclear war, the next war would be fought with sticks and stones, Miss Boo. So yeah, um, that is very true. We do destroy our Earth. How we look at the Industrial Revolution. Look at all the mining we have done. Look at all the colonizations we've done. Look at all the precious metals and precious stones and mining we've done. And also look at the rainforest too, the deforestation of the rainforest and massive in droves for food or for anything like that. We are. Um, Yes, with Mike Wolf, I do believe we are heading towards a war. I do believe we're heading towards a war again. If you look at history and look at the progress of World War One for how it started, then look at how World War Two started. We will be, and look at the Korean War. The Korean War was another big war. Everybody forgets about the Korean War, but that was another big war too. Look how all these started. You have to we learned from this? No, of course we haven't learned from this because we keep on making the same mistakes again and again and again and again. We never learn. We never learn as a country. We even Britain, France, Germany, US, Russia. We've never learned as a country. We haven't. We're making the same old mistakes again, but in new, different ways. Yeah, it's a faith-based belief. It's not, like I said, biblical scholars. I don't take much stock in them. It is, it is a matter of faith, and if you believe that, you believe that. And I'm not going to get anybody's faith and believe in it. Whether you believe in Islam, if you believe in Jesus, or if you believe in Satanism or anything like that, that is your faith, and nobody should knock it. It really is ridiculous. It really is. We need to we need to bang some heads together. You know, if leaders want to fight, what we should do is what Frankie done. Frankie Goes to Hollywood done. Have them both fight in a ring. Get the two leaders together and have a boxing match in the ring. I think we should do that. That would be pretty funny. Grumpy, if you mention his name here, you're going to be banned. If you say his name again and again, it's like Beetlejuice. Never say his name again and again. He will appear. We have, but his name is stricken off the record. It is. It is very sad. After all the history we have, we can't find peace. That is very true. We need. Sorry, just laughing at Grumpy. um, we've had we've had peace. Those of a certain maturity, okay, will remember Perestroika and Glasnost. We thought the Cold War was done when they've had. We thought then Russia had the small civil war. Then they helped to create the Russian Federation. But we've had relatively calm after that. Then we had the war in terror, and with that we've had the Gulf War, two Gulf Wars. We've had the Yugoslav Civil War with Kosovo, Serbia, and Bosnia, and yeah. I believe what Nightwolf should say. If they want, the leader should go on. One should have a be on the front line if they want war. I totally agree. And there you go, Grumpy. You got told no more of that name. Um, they did, but they may have been a bit foolhardy. Wars never seem to end. That is, you don't know. There's a few things in life you can always expect. You can always expect taxes, death, and wars. It is the truth of all matters. Hey, thank you. Shift happens. Thank you very much, and glad to see you here. So thank you for appearing. After the virus, the world gone crazy for some reason. Even townspeople got more mad at anything. Yeah. My favourite British king. Oh, it's got to be Robert the Bruce. I'm supposed to be related to him, so I've got to pick him. I've got to pick Grandad Bruce. Yeah, definitely. There's always good. But I remember. I think it's a saying. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me. People go into politics with good intentions, then they end up doing the wrong thing. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't mean there's going to be a war. I mean, imagine a regiment full of angry Karens. I would hate to run that regiment. You look at it, you're getting a load of people, you couldn't tell them what to do. I'd be worried. Who's gonna be an officer in charge of that regiment there, or the regimental sergeant major? No, angry Karens could be left alone. Angry Karens are left to coffee shops, bars, and car parks. That's where they should be. Do we think we need a monarchy? Okay, so that is a very good question. Our government relies on the monarchy. Our monarchy, okay, well, I don't. Some people in America, not all, some people in America think the monarchy rules. We, well, the monarchy. Yeah, sorry, Richmond. Okay, so a monarchy, our monarchy does not rule us. It is a figurehead. We vote for the prime minister. We vote for the party, like the Labour. So Labour are in charge because their person's in charge is Keir Starmer. He's a prime minister. Our monarchy is a constitutional monarchy. It is there to give the rights for the laws. It gives a royal assent for any new laws coming in. Um, Also, they're the guardians or the custodians of some of the grounds. So I think we need the monarchy, but what we don't need in this country, is the House of Lords. It's the House of Lords that need to go more. Now, the House of Lords are an unelected bunch of people who can overrule Parliament. Parliament wants. Sorry, I'm still laughing about the regiment of Karens. So Parliament writes a law saying, okay, we want to give the people, all the people in Britain, £1,000 a month. Now it's got to be approved. So Parliament votes for this. Parliament voted. Then the House of Lords have got to approve it too. Now the House of Lords can approve it or the thing, and well, they disprove by voting, and it can go against the bill. These are non-democratic. These are not elected by the people. This is what needs to go. I'd rather the House of Lords go than I do the monarchy goes. Also, and our Pledge of Allegiance, we sign, we we sign our life. If you're going to join the armed forces, to the monarchy first, then to the officers, and and to her parliament, or his parliament now. If we got rid of the monarchy, we need we would need a proper, bona fide, written constitution. We haven't got a written coded constitution. We haven't got a written constitution. Our constitution is based on legislation, bills, and rights. And if the cost of the monarchy, everybody in Britain pays a year £1.26 towards the monarchy, which is basically a can of Coke. So we give the monarchy a can of Coke a year. To put that in comparison, when we were in the EU, we were sending each person in Britain was sending the EU £177 a year for the EU. Now, if you disagree with the monarchy, that is up to you. I will. Everybody's got the right to agree or disagree. But I think the monarchy. We need the monarchy for the way our government works. Could you imagine anybody being president of Great Britain? It's already been tried once. Oliver Cromwell tried it. His son Richard tried it, and it didn't work for us then. And it's not going to work for us now. Is that a okay answer for you there, Miss Boo? Yeah, so that's what I think about the monarchy. We sort of need it. We can do without it. Trust me, we can do without it. But it is written, and we need it for our way our parliament works. Maybe we need it scaled back. Right. Any more questions? So anybody else get any more questions to ask? I'll try to answer it the best way as I can possible. Um. So there you go. Dead air is a waste. I'm trying to think of things. So here's a good. Okay, yeah. Well, the world is dependent on China. Everybody forgets this. China has got to be one of the biggest. Is the biggest industrial country in the world right now. China's industry is an amazing thing. If you look at how they spread, now they've spread into South Americas. They own fishing rights and something like that. Um, they own the fishing rights. They made artificial islands. And they use their influences. They've also used secret influence too. I mean, there's such a thing as Chinese police stations. I don't know if it's true or not, but there's supposed to be Chinese police stations operating in several countries where they thing which would be a totally illegal. It shouldn't happen. Also, you have a look at Taiwan. Taiwan, they do pretty well too for industrialization with microchips and stuff like that, and clothes. Liz, it's maybe because, yeah. So their influence is far spread than anybody else could imagine. Is Russia a superpower now? I would say they're becoming more like Britain. I mean, they've got don't get me wrong. They've got massive loads of nuclear weapons. They've got massive. That doesn't make you a super. Does that make you a superpower? Maybe, but I don't think they are. I think the big superpowers now in the world are China and the US. These are the two. Yeah, and China, yeah. So you can see how far their influence has spread. Does China want war? I don't think China does want war. China doesn't need war. China's prepared for war, but it doesn't need war. It would lose too much money. It really would. There would too much money. It would be. It wouldn't be wise for them to have war. North Korea. Well, North Korea is a military country, Liz. They Sorry if you hear that buzzing. Again, it's my computer. North Korea is built on militarization and dehumanization. If you read what people think, if you read what North Koreans say have been defected, they believe that is it Kim Jong Un? Kim Jong Un? Yeah, Kim Jong Un. I think. Yeah. They believe he's some sort of god and he can see everything. So, and they felt guilty if they'd done something wrong. And what have I done now? That's it. So they felt guilty. So their regime is based on, oh God, what's happening now? Stupid computer. Their regime is built on militarization and dehumanization. Again, we don't hear much from China about we do hear certain parts, but their news is mostly censored. Yep, that's very true, Boo. That's what I mean dehumanization. They would Kim would rather see his people die than give up his big stock load of European cheeses and Hennessy cognac. So yeah, but if you have a look at the military is still growing, but they're still using really outdated weapons too. So, but I think they've got the world's biggest cache of artillery or cache I believe we're the world's biggest cache of artillery there. Timu is a Chinese country. TikTok is Chinese. If you go on TikTok, it is Chinese there. There's lots of Chinese influences in our lives already. So, has anybody else got anything they want to chat about or want me to answer the best I can do it? The only war China would ever want is in Taiwan. But they don't need to go war with Taiwan because all they have to do is threaten. Okay, you can do that, Mr. B. I'll put down the thing for you. There you go. If anybody wants to come up. Sorry for that. The link is there if anybody's got anything wants to ask or anything like that, anything to chat about. I'm almost running out of things to chat about, so I'd be grateful if anybody wants to come up and just say hello or anything like that. And we'll say, "Hey Nova, how you doing, my babe? I hope you're well." Sit in my car outside the post office. Miss Boo, you need to explain what council estates are to people in the US. Yeah. What would be council estate in the US there? Either you should leave Team U alone too. Okay, Mr. B, fire away. I'll leave Miss Boo and Nova to answer that one. Hold on, I'm just getting a drink. Okay, Flaky Liz, what Miss Boo is trying to say, it is a group of social housing. There's people who can't afford to buy a house, they get given a house by the local councils. If Putin wanted Trump or Harris to win, what sort of actions would he be taking right now? Okay, well, what I would believe again, because I'm not gonna, I can't say he would do this for certainty. What if I was Putin? What I would be doing, I'd be launching a very staunch and very fast social media campaign and a total press and media campaign against either one. If the one he wanted to win, he'd be going against the other. Yes, there would be that one. It would be that. But that's what I would do. Very, I would flood social media. I think that's what they. I think that's what the plan would be. Um, I heard when on the Brexit, when we voted to leave Europe, I hate using the word, or leave the EU, people were saying Putin got involved. And when I went to, yeah, Putin was getting involved and he'd done this and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't listen to any of that. I believed in what I voted for. I didn't see any Russian people handing out rubles and going, "Oh, look at this! You need to go for this." No, it'd be it'd be a massive social media campaign against Trump or Harris, either one. That's what I would do. Indirectly interfering, not directly interfering. Hope that's answered your question. Um, have you got any idea what, if you were Putin, Mr. B, what would you do? On me. Or what would anybody do? If you were Putin and you wanted to interfere in another country's elections, what would you want to do? Okay, what I mean is, what I mean is, if you wanted Trump to win, what would you do versus if you wanted to win? Well, again, it'd be the using social media. I believe he would use any form of social media to launch any campaign. You can just imagine just a group of people, fake bot accounts. People can see through these, but some people can't. They'll be using misinformation, probably use misinformation. But also using proper information, but not putting it the way that it is meant. If you know what I mean. Say like Trump said, okay, well, we're gonna we're gonna put like a security detachment into this country. What the articles could say is that Trump wanted to invade that country, or he could say want to destabilize that country. When that is not the case, that's what I would do. Yeah, I mean, you'll be right on that one. Um, yeah, that's what you would do. Just said, um, no, you see, the electronic voting fraud. No, I think that's an easy way out. I think that's the cop out because nobody would believe that. It'd be more because that'd be directly involving. You want indirect involvement if you're going to destabilize an election. Social media is a new way of doing that. I have worked with a Russian, lovely bloke. I have loved him to bits. He was a brilliant, fantastic bloke, and we just used to chat. And he said to me, I think I said many times on here, and he said, if there's a problem in Russia, there's a saying: we chuck as many men at the problem until the problem is solved. So that's what they would do. So, but again, going back to the elections, that's what I would do. Social media is a good tool to indirectly destabilize an election. Time for some. Okay, mate. Well, I'm going to shut it off soon anyway, mate. So I'll probably see you there too. I just only want to do a quick one because I was a little bit. Yeah, I was a little bit thing, so I want to just do it here. So yeah, so I'm going to just carry on this for the next couple of minutes, and I'm going to shut it down. But it's we did have several women translators over there were nationalised working for Boeing. Yeah, yeah, Dagmar, because it's 11 o'clock there now, isn't it? Damn. Well, you're always welcome here, my babe. So I wish you good night, and you'll take care. And like I said, I'm going to shut this down here now. You know, good, good. I'm like I say, you're always welcome up here. So thank you very much for appearing. Okay, guys. So I'd like to thank. I'll send her a message tomorrow. I'll see how he's doing because I've been wondering that too. So thank you everybody who's appeared. Thank you for everybody who's been in the chat. Thank you for listening to me talk an absolute load of bollocks. It's like I said, it's very hard to talk to a screen by yourself. I'm trying to get better at doing this. Um, so I do apologize. But thank you for everybody for coming here. Everyone, take care. I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you in chat in some other places. Peace out. Look after yourselves. Be good, and have a good night, all. Smash. Brilliant. Peace out.